Welcome back to another episode of Casey Campbell's Videocast. Casey Campbell here with Great Lakes Post. We are now joined by the 2020 ARCA Menard Series West champion, Jesse Love, the driver of the number 19 Toyota for Bill McAnally Racing. How's it going, bud? I see your day's been full of interviews.
Yeah, definitely. No, it's always a good thing when you get to do a lot of interviews, and we've just been, slam packed and trying to fit in homework and, training and all that stuff in the schedule too. So, but it's a good problem to have when you're busy and with stuff like this.
So let's go back to February when this all started. All this started even before COVID and all that. Did you ever think that you thought about did you think that you were going to win the championship?
Yeah, I mean, I knew I was going to win the championship before with the first race of the season. I knew I could put myself in a situation to be the favorite, and I feel like I worked the hardest out of everybody, in the garage, and it definitely showed throughout the whole season. And I was able to get better with myself and as a team player and as a driver in general too, and just getting better with the whole team and developing the whole number 19, Napa car, went a long way with everybody from Bill to Toyota to people at Napa to guys in the shop. Everybody worked their tails off all year, and we definitely got better as a team. And we had our ups and downs, but we definitely, even when we did have our downs, we made the most out of them, and we never really, let it get to the best of us. So that was definitely the key part into our year. When we did have problems was that we, rose the occasion and we made the most out of it.
Did you think, going back to, when everything shut down because of COVID, did you think that we'd get this chance? Because, we knew that eventually things would get back, but did you think that in the back of your mind, it's like, I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, that was one thing that happened, in the beginning of the year was my dirt racing kind of, the schedule on that side kind of fell apart with everything canceling, and promoters couldn't get the race. They couldn't, pay the money with not having the opportunity to put the fans in the stands, which, was a big bummer. I feel for the promoters. I still do. Even, Phoenix not being able to have, 100% capacity when they were sold out for that race in the spring, you know what I mean? So I completely feel for, all the promoters and everybody involved with racing in general. And I remember asking Bill, I was like, are we able to get this championship in? And are we going to be able to, do racing, right? And to begin with. And he told me that he was going to make sure that we were able to do it. And that definitely set a lot of, confidence in that area that we would be able to get this season. And so hats off to Bill. I mean, Bill did a great job at making sure we get the season in. And I think that, not a lot of people understand how involved he was and how hands-on he was with the West Series this year. And, everybody's got to, pat him on the back for that. That was a super cool move by him. And everybody else that was involved with ARCA and NASCAR to be able to get this season in was really cool. And at one point when it was questionable, it was definitely pretty cool to get to go to some tracks with fans too.
Yeah. I know that I know you raced a lot of races, without fans because there, in a lot of places that you raced in, there were a lot of restrictions. Was it weird racing without fans, or did you just get used to it?
Yeah, that was I think that the first race without fans was Irwindale. Sorry, it was Irwindale.
Yeah.
And at Vegas, the fans turnout was insane. I mean, it was packed house, like really close quarters, and everybody was just having a good time. And I remember the national anthem thing went out, and the whole grandstand started singing it, which was a super cool thing that the fans did. And then we go to Utah, and the fans were super pumped there. And when we won there, they were all cheering really loud, and that was a lot of fun. That was my first ARCA win, so it was cool to have fans there, right? And just like it's just so much more fun when the fans are there. And we went to Irwindale and we won Irwindale, and then we got out of the car and there's no fans allowed in the stands, and that was just such a bummer. And but you got to do what you got to do to keep everybody safe. And at the end of the day, it was just super cool to go to Phoenix and be able to see some fans in the limited capacity that was allowed. But a ton of people in the camping area was super cool to see. I mean, I didn't realize how far it went. Like, there's so many people, and it's good to see that the thrive's still there, and good to see NASCAR's TV ratings going back up, and all that good stuff, and obviously a lot of good racing with the Truck Series race being great this week in that Phoenix. I feel like the ARCA season, I feel like we put on some really good racing, especially a place like Colorado and a place like Irwindale. We had a good battle. Even Phoenix, the finish there was cool, and I feel like my burnout was pretty cool too. So just I feel like racing's been, the whole NASCAR side of things have been doing a great job all year, and making it more fun for the fans too, for the limited capacity that we can have at the racetrack.
So, heading into, you are the 2020 ARCA Menard Series champion. I know you've gotten some opportunities, throughout the year to do some things. Before I get into that, I know you were telling me about you're going to do some things. Racing's not done for you yet this year. Talk about what you're going to do.
Yeah, so I think my dad and I, we've come together and figured out the best plan that, we could figure out to do what's like long-term. And obviously, NASCAR is going to do a lot more road racing, I've heard. And obviously we've seen more of it in the past few years, and I think it's great. I personally love road racing, and, from everything I heard about, more road racing coming to NASCAR is pretty cool. And so I'm going to do the winter heat deal in Charlotte for the Legend Series, and do as many Legend car races on road course as I can. I feel like Legend cars are really important. They teach you how to drive the tire really well, and they're one of my favorite cars to drive for sure, hands down. So probably not my favorite, but definitely one of my favorite, that's for sure. And just gonna race as much as I can. I have the midget stuff isn't done yet. We have the West Coast Swing for USAC coming up, and I'm gonna do some double duty there with some sprint car racing as well, which will be cool. And we've been getting really good in that, so we just got to keep forward momentum in that as well, and just have as much fun as we can, and keep on racing as much as we can too.
No, this question's been getting asked a lot, because a lot of people are asking, and with this time being known that the season's over, there's still a lot of things to be sorted out. Do you know what your plans are for next year? If you can.
Yeah, so I can't talk about them, but I feel like we've worked really hard and the whole year to put ourselves in a position where we know what we're doing next year, and but everybody should know pretty soon, hopefully, and it'll be pretty cool news.
Yeah. All right. And then just overall, what are you planning on doing besides racing and all that? What else are you planning on doing this off season?
Yeah, whole lot of just training and getting myself better. One of the most important things about being a driver is, one of the most important things is just putting together a list of things that you didn't do well during the whole year. And there were some things that I really struggled with this year, and that I can eliminate next year. And, so I just got to work on that during the off season, and not let there be an off season. So that's the most important thing. And I feel like that's, why I can be the best. And I feel like that's why I'm the best right now is, because of the work that I put in. And so I just got to keep on doing that and work to pass my limits, you know what I mean? And put myself in a position to perform next year.
All right. Jesse Love, thank you for joining us. Congrats on the championship overall this season, and good luck the rest of the way.
Awesome. Thanks so much, man. Thank you for having me on the show.